Hey, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. We got NBA player prop spreads predictions here for you today. We're going to have 4 picks that I think are great value bets for this Tuesday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you guys all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support as always. You guys absolutely rock. Make sure you guys check us out on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at StraightFirePicks for more picks content, recaps, ladder challenges, and things like that. Great way to connect with us there. Also check out our community Discord page as well. You get access to the chat, more ideas for picks. It's absolutely free, so be sure to join the community there. I'm also in there as well, and I post in there and stuff like that from time to time. So yeah, check that out. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below for today's action. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, guys, now it's time for a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, my friends, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. Shout out to our newest Straight Fire MVPs, Nicholas Salvaggi, Ramon Davis, Darren Belkowski, David Villegas, Luis Chavez, a returning member and OG at the channel, and Michael Tucker. Thank you guys all for signing up for that. If you guys are interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP today, there's a join button down below. There's also a link down below in the comment section and description. Basically, the biggest thing that you get with that is early access to our picks. Basically, whenever I'm done with the research in the morning, I post them up in our community tab for our Straight Fire MVPs. And you have an opportunity to look at the notes, the best lines, and get those ahead of time as well. So it's definitely a solid value, especially lately. We've been on quite the heater. We're 60 and 26 over our last 86 picks, so it's been a nice run for us. We got another 4-0 sweep yesterday, which we'll get to that in a minute. But you also get some custom emojis, badge next to your name, shout-outs on our video, and roll color in the Discord. And it's just a great way to support the channel, and it costs about a coffee a month. $3.99 a month, and it just helps us out a lot. So appreciate you guys. Let's do a recap from yesterday. We just mentioned it, guys. We got the 4-0 sweep. It feels like we bring out this broom like every other day, which is terrific. We love seeing that. I think, don't quote me on this, I believe that's our 8th video sweep over the since January 8th. Is that right? Wait a minute. It's since a Sunday. I'd have to go back and look. Maybe January 11th. 8th video sweep, which is hard to do. We've had 4-0s in there, 5-0s in there. It's been a wild run, guys. And we had 3+ value plays yesterday. I think that's what makes yesterday special, too. It was 4-0 plus 4.25 units. Like I said, we had James Harden under 2.5 threes. That was plus value. We had D'Angelo Russell over 18.5 points. That was the only one that wasn't. And then we had the Suns money line for plus 134. And now, what was our other pick? Oh, Jamal Murray under 7.5 assists. I don't have it in front of me. Plus 105 on that one. Murray was an easy cash. The Suns was an easy cash. Harden got to the hook, but that's kind of to be expected with a play like that. And he hit 2 threes in the fourth quarter to get to 2. So felt great about the picks yesterday, guys. Really had room to operate. It was pretty much a sweat-free night, which is what we like. Vince Williams, our 5th pick, got voided because he didn't play. I felt great about that. That was actually my favorite pick of the day, and he ended up playing. I think he would have gone over for sure. I really do. In that matchup with the Kings last night. But as far as our comment cappers, we had Magic Man calling Fred VanVleet over 3.5 rebounds. He comes in clutch in the fourth quarter. I believe that might have been plus value as well. So great call out there. Let's get back after today, though, guys. Let's get a 4-0 sweep again today. So let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we got the New York Knicks minus 4.5 spread here versus the Utah Jazz, minus 110 odds on DraftKings. Now, I'll first say I like the Utah Jazz. I'm actually kind of a fan of their team. I like the way they've constructed the team. They're young. But here with the Knicks at home, I'm going to take the Knicks even without Julius Randle. They're 13-7-1 against the spread at home. Jazz 12-14-1 against the spread on the road. The Jazz are just a different team on the road. They just have not been it on the road so far this year. If you look at the record straight up on the road as well, has not been good. Knicks are riding a 7-game winning streak. The 13-2 straight up since the Anunoby trade. So since they traded for OG Anunoby, they've gone 13-2. They're one of the hottest teams in the NBA. We saw them continue last night without Julius Randle, winning by 21 down in Charlotte. No real surprises there. The biggest thing with the Knicks here is the first in defensive rating over the last 15 games. It's really been the biggest thing. Jazz 19th in defensive rating over the last 15. Both these teams over the last 15 games compare offensively. Jazz with a slight edge. They're second in offensive rating. Knicks fifth in offensive rating. But we've seen the Jazz guys, their defense is just simply too soft. I mean, the Jazz 2-3 over the last 5 games, including a 29-point road loss to the Pelicans and a 33-point road loss to the Brooklyn Nets last night. So the issue is I think this next team is going to be too physical. And not having Randall actually, it depends on the Randall you get some games. Sometimes the dude's efficient, sometimes he's not. So it's not always a bad thing not having him. Did I say that out loud? I think the Knicks are fully capable without him. Might also get OG Anunoby back tonight as well. He didn't actually even play last night. The Knicks still played pretty good last night. Won that game going away easily once again. And I think here at home, I just think they get it done versus the Jazz that cover this line. So, love it there for our number 1 pick. We got the New York Knicks minus 4.5 spread here versus the Utah Jazz minus 110 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we got our boy Drew Holiday, under 4.5 assists here for the Boston Celtics, plus 122 odds on FanDuel. Love this play, guys. I know it seems kind of tight, but Drew Holiday has actually gone under in 7 of his last 10 games. 10 of his last 10 games at home, he's gone under. So I think that trend continues today in a matchup that's actually not that good for him. You'd think it would be good because you're like, oh, the Pacers don't play a lot of defense, do they? Or do they? Pacers allow the 6th fewest assists to point guards for the season and the 5th fewest over the last 7 games. And really, if you look at it, the addition of Siakam as well has helped them out defensively as well. So I think it's even better than it was earlier on in the season. He's averaging 7 potential assists over his last 10 games. He's 2 out of 4 to the under versus the Pacers this year, but 1 for 1 at home. For whatever reason, the dude don't get assists at home, which obviously like to see that. And here tonight, guys, with the ball a lot of times obviously goes through Tatum and goes through Brown more than it's going to go through Holiday. You know, Holiday's, has a role in this offense, but it's typically not that role. And if he's going to get assists, kind of what we talked about with Murray, it's going to be perimeter shooting, which I will take my shot with that a lot of times because, when you don't have easy buckets to get easy assists, I like seeing that. So, like I said, I love the value. You're talking about plus 122. I love the trends, and I love the matchup on this one. So, love it there, guys, for number 2 pick. We got Drew Holiday, under 4.5 assists here for the Boston Celtics, plus 122 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 3, we got DeMar DeRozan, over 4.5 rebounds here for the Chicago Bulls, minus 128 odds on FanDuel. So, guys, we got DeRozan here over in 6 of his last 10 games, 5 of his last 7 here on the road. No Patrick Williams for the Bulls tonight, which is very significant. We got DeRozan moving over to power forward, where the Raptors allow the 14th most rebounds to power forwards on the season, and the most over the last 7 games. So, power forwards have been getting rebounds here versus the Raptors lately. If you got your line at 5.5, whatever, if it moves for plus value at 5.5, I love that too. I really do. He's 4 out of his last 7 here versus the Raptors. 3 out of his last 5 on the road versus the Raptors as well. So we like seeing that. Like I said, I think the big thing here is the no Patrick Williams. Him shifting over to power forward. I think that's why he's going to get some more rebounds here tonight. And, I don't see this Raptors offense being efficient. Obviously, with the injuries that they're dealing with there in the starting lineup, I don't see their, Barnes right now is like the guy that they got in the lineup right now. So I think the efficiency could be lacking here for the Raptors, leading to more missed shots. And then you can see DeRozan grab some more rebounds. So I love it. We got to pay a little bit of juice on this one, but I don't mind it, guys. I love it there for number 3 pick. We got DeMar DeRozan over 4.5 rebounds here for the Chicago Bulls, minus 128 odds on FanDuel. All right. And finally, at number 4, we got Jonathan Kuminga, over 26.5 points and rebounds here for the Golden State Warriors, minus 104 odds here on FanDuel. So, guys, Kuminga is 6 for his last 6 to this line. His lowest log during this span was 29. So, obviously, we like seeing that. Clearing well above the hook here over the last 6 games. This line actually moved on me when I was doing research. I had it at 25.5 at minus 120 on FanDuel. So, if it moves back there, obviously I like that too. But 26.5, I'm still very confident about. His last 3 home logs here, he's got 34, 34, 31. And really lately, 76ers really haven't been defending the power forward position with or without Embiid. I don't think that's really too significant. the last game they played in Indiana, they had Embiid, and Pascal Siakam went for 28, and he had a ton of rebounds too. So I'm not too worried about Embiid being in or out. I don't think it'll make too much of a difference. Obviously, there's a part of me that'd probably like to see him not play, but he'll probably end up playing, so I don't have any problem except with that. 76ers 17th most points, 7th most rebounds allowed to power forwards over the last 7 games. For the season, 18th most points, 3rd most rebounds on the season, the 76ers versus power forwards. So, yeah, I love his rebound line, too. This is more advantageous, obviously, in some ways to the rebounds, but I think the rebounds are a little bit tighter. I feel like he's going to have to score 20 for this team to win right now. They need Kuminga's production. He's been playing great. And he's been efficient from the floor as well. He's averaging 15.7 shots per game, 9.7 rebound chances per game over the last 6 games. So that's pretty solid volume there as well. Power forwards here, like I said, 4 for the last 4 versus the 76ers to the points, rebounds over. We saw Jeremy Grant have a great game last night, power forward for the Blazers. So also on a back-to-back. I think that also helps us too. That doesn't hurt. When you got a team on a back-to-back, you got the fresh Kuminga coming in, going to run at a guy like Tobias Harris to get him on his toes. I love it, guys. Got Kuminga over today at number 4. Love it there for number 4 pick. We got Jonathan Kuminga over 26.5 points and rebounds. Minus 104 odds on FanDuel. All right, guys. I'm doing something a little bit different here for our outro. We are actually going to do a for the sweep parlay. Now, what that means is I'm going to put a 1/10 of a unit on this officially. I'm putting a 1/10 of a unit on this because we've been sweeping so much lately. I'm actually going to put a 1/10 of a unit officially on this sweep. Because I'm like, why would we not want to get more units if we can get more units, right? So I might not do this every time, but I am officially putting a 1/10 of a unit on this parlay of our 4 picks together. So it ends up just being $10. You see all of our picks up on the screen in this parlay on FanDuel. Our odds there are, I don't have it directly in front of me because I'm recording the video. It's like plus 13 or plus 1400. You guys can see it on the screen because I'm editing it right now. But yeah, no, I love it, guys. I think we've been on a nice run here in the NBA. Honestly, it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun here at the channel, and I'm hoping we can continue that. And you guys, I've been seeing you guys have been making a lot of money, which is great. You guys have been signing up for our membership, which has been clutch. We're up to 38 channel members, so you guys are really making it happen. Appreciate all the support. Now, I will say I do have an end goal. You know, my goal is to get hopefully up to, around the 300 channel member mark. I know it sounds like a lot, but that's the range that I'm looking forward to hopefully start shifting into this more full time. We'll see what happens, but obviously, as you guys know, I work outside of this, which sometimes makes the video production difficult. So it definitely helps. It definitely helps push that forward. So we'll see what happens. So I appreciate all of you guys, regardless of that. You guys are absolutely awesome. The support's been great. The run has been, we've been very blessed. We stay humble here. I never get too I try not to get too up or down when we have days like this in some ways, because it's a lot of fun to do, but it's a very humbling thing. Some days, you have great days and you have bad days. And I kind of talked about it before. Our 3-2, even 2-3 days set up 4-0 and 5-0 days. The reason why is because some days you got to hold serve. And that's the goal. That's why we play straights. That's why we don't just play parlays, is because we want to be able to hold serve on some days and just survive and get to the next day. Obviously, we want to sweep every day, but that's not realistic. And I hope you guys understand that that's not realistic, and that's not something you can expect all the time. Obviously, when they come, we celebrate them. We're really happy about it. But obviously, it's not something that we can consistently just rely on all the time. I want a 3-1 day to be a great day for us as well. We're going to make 2 units on a 3-1 day. A 2-2 day, we get to move to the next day and do it all again. No harm, no foul. Sometimes, like I said, holding serve is how I put it. It's a tennis term, but sometimes you got to hold serve so you get to that next day. But I appreciate all of you guys. You guys rock. Let's get after today. Let's get the sweep. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.